but everyone is responsible for keeping this game at a high level of good sportsmanship. Also tonight, for the safety of our students and spectators, please mask up at all times. Before tonight's national anthem, we have a special announcement from our Chaska Hawks coaches. Tonight, we begin our modified season, and we are so thankful to all the players, the parents, the guardians, the athletic directors, the referees, and our guests from Robbinsdale Cooper for the return of high school basketball to our court. Thanks to each of you for your patience and flexibility in this remarkable school year. Congratulations on the return of high school sports. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for making sense. Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please rise as you are able and face the south wall for tonight's national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome inside Chaska High School for yet another year of Chaska Hawks High School basketball here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. I'm Ryan Paul, founder of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network, and it's my honor to say, for once and for all, welcome back to Chaska High School. Glad to be bringing you tonight's game between the Chaska Hawks and the Cooper Hawks. It's some relief, some light at the end of the tunnel, you might say, after what's been a tumultuous year across the world, and we are very proud to be bringing you Chaska Hawks basketball here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Say before we get going tonight, just a few housekeeping items. You will be able to view all Chaska Hawks boys and girls basketball home games right here on CHBN. That does exclude tomorrow's girls game. That will not be aired here on CHBN. However, you will be able to catch that live stream on the Chaska High School YouTube page. All of this information, of course, is available at our website at watchchbn.com. But other than that, all Hawks boys and girls home basketball games will be aired here on CHBN. You'll be able to find information about the road games at the high school's Twitter page at Chaska Hawks. Additionally, that will also be posted on our website, watchchbn.com. Well, welcome back. It's great to be with you here tonight from Chaska High School. The Hawks return to the floor after an excellent season last year. Had a 24-4 year, but ran into a very talented Shakopee team in the semifinals of the 2-4A section playoffs, and of course that was the point where we had to end the season early last year. The section championship between Eden Prairie and Shakopee did not get played. The game was canceled the morning of due to COVID-19. That was back in March, and for the first time since that March day, we are playing basketball in Chaska High School, just about ready to tip things off here for the Hawks. They return a lot of talent. Luke Strozani, their top scorer from last year, he's a senior this year, averaged 13.5 per contest last year. He'll get the start at guard tonight, the 6'4 senior. We'll also see Tennessee Fossen getting his first varsity start, another senior. Jack Frick, who played a solid role last season as well, another senior who will start tonight for the Hawks. Spencer Getz rounds out that senior starting lineup, and then Brady Nicholson, the big man, the junior, who averaged 8.3 last year, stands 6'9", and will do the work down low. Obviously, all players are wearing masks, all fans are wearing masks, all personnel, referees were wearing masks. We're doing everything we can here at Chaska High School to make sure that this season doesn't have to get cut short. Everybody practicing social distancing. You'll notice, especially on the benches, everybody is 6 feet apart. And as referee Tony Day gets ready to do the honors of tipping off this 2020-2021 basketball season, we say welcome back to the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. The Hawks will start with the ball, working left to right across your screen this evening. Spencer gets at the top of the key, hands off to Strazzani. Frick right away pulls a 3 ball. It was tipped, though, out of his hand, and Robbinsdale Cooper gets the rebound. Cooper, under the direction of Bo Powell, Cooper legend, comes out after a solid season last year, 19-6. Split the season series with Chaska last year. One of only 4 teams to beat the Hawks in the regular season, or all season last year, I should say. They come out with another solid lineup. Talking to athletic director John Summer earlier this year, he expects this to be a very quality matchup tonight. Cooper returns a lot of talent, have a transfer in. Chaska as well, returning 4 seniors. And we can expect to see a very tightly contested matchup tonight. Into the lane goes David Osamia. Up top of the key for Davion Evans, the junior. Hands off for Cooper, but that was tapped away before it's finally recovered by Anthony Clay Trezak. Chaska now working left to right, fumbles it at the free throw line. Cooper recovers. Broderick Powell up off the glass, that's no good. Fossen unable to secure the rebound though. Comes back outside into the hands of Clay Trezak. First points of the game. Powell gets 2 on the board for the Cooper Hawks. A battle of the Hawks tonight, Chaska and Cooper obviously. Sharing the Metro West Conference, always a very intense matchup when these 2 teams play. Fossen with the first shot of the season for Chaska. It's a short 3-point attempt, and he's going to get tagged with a foul here on the floor. As Davion Evans was driving, Fossen got his hand in and reached, and it'll be the season's first foul. Cooper will get the ball underneath. Inbound pass for David Osamia, the senior. Pull-up jumper from mid-range, no good by Osamia. And it's grabbed by Strazzani. Loose ball out of bounds. Chaska's going to keep it. They say one off of Powell. Just under 2 minutes in here. 2-0 score between the Hawks and the Hawks. Ryan Paul again with you here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Watch chbn.com all season long for these Hawks home games, boys and girls. You know where to find us. Down low, Spencer gets unable to get through traffic. That was Cooper who was playing solid defense. The Hawks got the ball, stepped out of bounds on the baseline, and Chaska will take over underneath, an unforced error from Cooper. 15:54 to go in the first half here from Chaska. Hawks start the year out with 3 home games. They host Kennedy next Tuesday, and then the all-important Chan game a week from tonight, right back here at Chaska High School. Obviously, mostly conference-only season this year, limited to 17 regular season games. Hawks will have a full slate of non-conference, or a big slate of non-conference games, I should say. They obviously have Hopkins this year. We'll see the final game of the year. pressure here for Chaska. Hawks donning the all-purple uniforms with gold trim and black numbering. Corner three from Evans is off. Brady Nicholson with a strong rebound. Nicholson obviously still lingering that ankle, but he's playing and starting tonight here for Chaska. Looking strong so far. Dump pass from the corner. Gets posting up down low. Gets with the right hand, and it falls. 14.5 here. Hawks with a 4-point lead early. Yet to see any subs tonight for Chaska, or Cooper for that matter. Clay Trazik from mid-range. Good. Trezani running the one on this possession. Pressured in the backcourt by Joseph Russell, the first sub we've seen tonight on the floor. Mid-range floater from Spencer Getz is good. His hot start continues, puts Chaska back up 4. Majay Murphy actually checked out. It's Davion Evans who has the ball. Turnover in the paint, still loose on the floor. Clay Trazak recovers for Cooper. Steps inside, dumps off for Osamia. Osamia left off the glass, no good. Loose ball in the restricted circle, and we'll get a tie up here. Alternating possession points Cooper's way, and we'll see our first substitutions of the night. Zach Schaefer, as well as Jacoby Lyles, a junior, checking in for his first varsity action. We mentioned it in the pregame, but Chaska does return quite a bit of talent. Schaefer, definitely the quickest man on the floor right now. See some strong defensive skills. Reminds me a little bit of Matt Eliason, if you remember back from a couple years ago. Almost got beat on that one. Schaefer will get called for the foul, I believe, as Clay Trazak was driving. Actually going to get Getz, it looks like, for reaching in with 13-18 here. Majay Murphy checks in for Bo Powell and Cooper. Inbound pass underneath. Dumped off for Osamia. Osamia hook off the right, no good, and it's a rebound for Jacoby Lyles. Crosses the timeline, hands off for Struzani on the far side. A lot of contact there. Struzani was bodied by Murphy up top, no whistle though, and it's a turnover off the pass. Stolen away by Clay Trazak, and we'll get a foul on Schaefer for reaching in. Chaska's third foul of the night. Cooper will get an inbound right in front of the Chaska bench. Hawks' only losses last year came to Eastview, Eden Prairie, Robbinsdale Cooper, who we see this evening, and then Shakopee, obviously, in the section semis. That was an 11-point loss. Shakopee had a very talented team last year. Down Chaska 61-50 back last season. Hawks trying to return to the state tournament for the first time since 2016 as David Osima dumps it in down low, bringing it to a 2-point margin. Dump pass down low for Lyles, and his first Chaska points as a varsity basketball player come with 12.5 minutes to go here in the first half on opening night. As I was saying, Chaska's last trip to the state tournament was in 2016. That Miles Hansen, Andrew Coleman, Alex Struzani, Ryan Rodriguez season. Obviously lost to Champlin Park, the #1 team in the state, on a heartbreak buzzer beater. No, I don't think any Chaska fan will soon forget that. I feel like we mention it every year when we're discussing this, but definitely a defining moment in this program's history. The only state championship for Chaska came in 2004. Spencer Tollickson, Mr. Basketball's year, current Gopher radio analyst. Tennessee Fossen checks back in for Chaska. Struzani will get a breather with 12:11 to go here in the first half. Obviously, limited crowd tonight. 2 fans per participant is what the guidelines have been set forth by Eastern Carver County Schools. Obviously, that's a little different across the state. Spencer gets down low battling. He's thrown down from behind. The foul is going to go against David Connors, the junior, who just subbed in for Cooper. And Getz will go to the free throw line. Obviously, we played a football season this fall with limited spectators. That we had those games on the Chaska Hawks broadcast network here. A little different here tonight. Obviously, there's some nights where this gym would be packed full, and other nights where, you know, maybe there would only be 200-300 people here or less. Gets no good on the first free throw, but nevertheless, it's definitely an odd feeling. Obviously, you see all the players sitting far apart on the benches, all the families and fans spaced out. Gets his second free throw, is good off the back iron. 12 minutes to go here. Ryan Paul with you here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. We're expecting to have a few guests join us throughout the season. You shouldn't have to deal with me solo for too long. Eric Krauscher, Mike Schmid, maybe Blake Herring lined up as guests as for color commentary. We'll see if we can wrangle anybody else into this. Cooper back within 3 off the lay-in down low. Frick drives across the timeline, hands off for Schaefer at the top. Fossen down to Lyles. Lyles in the paint. Strong post move by Jacoby Lyles. Missed though. Rebound by Getz, who puts it back for 2. And Spencer Getz off to a hot start here in this 2021 season. If you're just joining us, welcome to Chaska High School. We're playing boys high school basketball here in Minnesota. Finally, many are saying. 11 minutes to go here between Chaska and Cooper, 2 Metro West foes. Cooper the last few years has been separating Chaska between an outright Metro West Conference title. Foul down low before the Cooper Hawk could get the shot off. We'll see a sub as Elijah Cannon checks back in, the junior. He'll replace Davion Evans, and Luke Strazzani will re-enter for the Chaska Hawks. Inbound pass into the backcourt. Could have been over and back. That's definitely what Dana Coleman is arguing. Missed layup down low. Tipped pass, though, as Frick recovers, but Lyles able to regather it. Fossen, cross-court pass near side for Strazzani now. Hawks spreading it out, dumping down low to Getz. Getz has a mismatch. He's going against Meje Murphy. Getz taps it in again, and Getz has got to be close to double digits in points this evening. We're less than 8 minutes in. Obviously Getz a key member of that Chaska Hawks football team this year. Jack Frick also on the roster. Matthew Paul, the quarterback. Zach Schaefer. A lot of multi-sport athletes on this Chaska team. Dana Coleman encourages that. Joseph Russell lost his shoe and will recover, and Cooper will hold outside the arc while he does that. Russell has it back here after filling up his tire. Murphy, fade away from the free throw line, no good. Offensive rebound, though, on the loose ball by Prince Apaya. Apaya up with it. That's no good. Gets his own rebound, and it's tipped out of bounds. Lyles had his toe on the line, and it'll be Cooper's ball. Brady Nicholson will check back in. Matthew Paul also enter for the first time this season, replacing Lyles. Clay Trezak returns for Cooper. Obviously, Chaska can go deep. Tyler Bugan, Grant Atkinson on the bench for the Hawks, yet to come in. Cooper inbounds, 9:13 to go here from Chaska High School in the first half. Clay Trezak at the top. College distance 3 is off the mark and missed anything, and that'll go out of bounds and give Chaska the ball back. And we have a timeout on the floor. Bo Powell wants to talk things over. We'll step aside momentarily when we come back. 9:03 left in the first half. You're watching Hawks basketball on CHBN. Welcome back to Chaska High School. Early here in this 2021 basketball season. 9 minutes and 3 seconds left in the first half. Coming out of the Robbinsdale Cooper timeout. Once again, if you're just joining us, welcome to Chaska High School. Back once again for a full season on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Ryan Paul with you. Be along for most, if not all, these boys and girls basketball games here from Chaska High School. Home games only on CHBN this year. Each specific high school is responsible for streaming their home events. So we're only doing home games, not traveling with the team this year. Down low, Fossen's dump pass intended for Paul was kicked, and the violation gives the Hawks the ball on the baseline. Dana Coleman in his 15th season as Chaska Hawks head coach. Came in right after the state championship in 2004. We discussed taking him to one state tournament back in 2016. I think the Hawks, as Getz lays it in down low once again, Hawks are very confident in their ability to get past Section 2-4A this year and into that state tournament. Obviously, arrangements for that are still unknown given the present circumstances, but both Chaska's boys and girls teams are certainly confident about their chances this year, as they should be. Chaska started 4 seniors tonight. The girls team obviously with a ton of talent all the way around. Cooper pulls once again. That's Russell from deep, no good. Chaska the rebound. Strazzani grabs it for the Hawks. Obviously the little brother of Alex Strazzani, who played for Chaska, both football and basketball. Went on to play football at the University of Minnesota. He's on the floor tonight. Comes in as the Hawks' leading scorer, returning from last year. Averaged 13.5 per night for Chaska last year. An awkward inbound area here, as it's right near the baseline, but right in front of the bleachers here at Chaska High School. We'll have a few substitutions for Bo Powell on the Cooper bench. On the floor right now for Chaska. Tennessee Fossen and Luke Strazzani at the guard, and then Paul Getz and Nicholson, the forwards. Under 8 to play. Tipped pass. We've seen a lot of those tonight. Good defense being played by both teams. Tie up down low. We got a whistle, and it'll be a hold called from the far side. Jack Frick and Zach Schaefer will check back in. Cooper's 5th foul of the night called on Prince Apaya. Schaefer catches the inbound on the near side corner. Back outside. Frick on the opposite side now. Looking for an option up top for Strazzani. Hawks only with 13 home losses in the last 5 years. They've been a solid team at home. Obviously different circumstances this year. Won't have the crowd in their favor. Well, they'll have the crowd in their favor, but they won't have the student section to support them. Totally different feel this year. I think we're really going to see it and notice it for the first time next week, a week from tonight in the Chan game right here. Obviously, they have the end bleachers pulled back. That's a strange sight for any fan who's watched our games in the past. They need to do that, obviously, so they can have the benches spread out all the way down. No need to have those when you can only have 150 people here. Obviously, less than that tonight. Frick from the corner for 3. It's as good for his second deep ball of the night. Hawks have a 20-piece here with 7 minutes to play in the first half. Evans, spin move on Frick, jukes him out down low, and he's hacked on the way up. Likely will get Schaefer for a second foul of the evening, and 2 free throws coming up for the junior Davion Evans. Cooper last year, 19-6. Like I said, Bo Powell the last few years has had a solid squad. Lost to Hopkins in the section final last year. Before, obviously, that season got cut short. Jacoby Lyles and Fossen back in for Chaska. Say we want to give a shout out to Tennessee Fossen's grandparents watching from Shakopee tonight. Been cooped up in the house for some time, as have a lot of people. Glad you able to tune in tonight on WatchCHBN.com. Second free throw from Evans is good, and we'll get a substitution for him. Jeffrey Cooper will check in. 10-point game here between the Hawks and the Hawks. Hawks only graduated 3 seniors with significant minutes last year. Obviously, Zach Leah has gone on to play at the University of Minnesota Duluth, who is playing right now against the University of Mary. Ben Coleman, the other senior that Chaska lost, is also at UMD as a student manager for the basketball team. So both guys continuing to be involved in the sport. Missed drive down low for Chaska, and Cooper has the rebound here with 6:27 to go. Jeffrey Cooper playing for Cooper. Hands off here for Clay Trezak. Trezak underneath, circus shot, no good, didn't even come close. Tennessee Foss on the board for the Hawks. Frick, a wide open 3, going for 3, no good. Cooper gets the rebound. Coming down, David Osamia. Check that, it was Joseph Russell. Russell here has it, kicks it back outside for Clay Trezak. Cooper will reset. Russell underneath, no good. Rebound offensively, though. Good, strong rebound by David Connors. He's no good on his putback, however. Now underneath Cooper trying again. Joseph Russell's shot was no good. And we've got a tie up on the floor. And we'll see what comes of it, as Jeffrey Cooper got tangled up with a couple Hawks. And they tag Cooper with a foul. It's already his 3rd of the evening. Check that, it's only his 1st. It was Schaefer who has 3 fouls for Chaska. So Chaska will get the ball. If you remember a couple years back, obviously these two teams have had some bad blood in games. There was a pretty intense situation a couple years ago in this game where post-game and at halftime, if I'm not mistaken, there were some words exchanged between the two clubs. And obviously, if you remember further back, this was probably in 2016. The 9th grade B game actually got suspended. Cooper was forced to forfeit due to the coaches being teed up too many times. And speaking of that, we'll get a technical foul assessed right here as Davion Evans smacked the ball against the floor after he was called for a foul. It'll be Jack Frick shooting the technical free throws. Evans, a 2 for 1 there, personal foul and a technical foul. Jack Frick, the senior, no good on the first one. Frick coming in, 8.5 points a game last year for this Chaska Hawks club in his senior campaign. Makes the second free throw off the Cooper technical, and the Hawks will get the ball at the timeline. Scorer's table says it's 1-1, which it should be. Chaska's in the bonus with Cooper's 8 fouls, so after the technical shots, we'll shoot 1-1. A little confusion here between the officiating crew, veteran officiating crew, Tony Day, Dan Block, and Chaska's own Chris Brown. So a lot of confusion on the floor now. Now they're pulling the players back. They're saying Frick will shoot with the lane unattended. Bo Powell looking for an explanation. Now the referees will converge again. Obviously, first game for everybody. This has been a longer off season than usual for everybody, myself included. Last time we were able to watch MSHSL basketball was about 10 months ago. Tony Day now talking to Chaska coach Dana Coleman. Looks like they're going to reoccupy the lane for this Jack Frick free throw stint. It's a 1-1 on the bonus. 5:23 left. It looks like everybody's got it figured out, except we're going to have one more conversation here. Just making sure that they cover all their bases. It gives us time to mention one more time that on WatchCHPN.com this year, you'll be able to find all of the Chaska boys and girls home basketball games, with the exception of tomorrow's girls game. That will be broadcast by the automated camera system in the Chaska gym, So every Hawks home basketball game, boys and girls, 9 boys games including this one and 8 girls games excluding tomorrow afternoon, will be watchable right back here at watchchbn.com. You can also watch on Chaska Community Television, Channel 14. I want to thank Kevin Wright and Mike Tudor at the City of Chaska for helping out with that. Also want to thank all the Chaska boys basketball parents for organizing this live stream. It looks like head referee Tony Day is consulting the scorer's table. I don't know if there's a rule confusion, but it does look like now Fossen will be the one to shoot the free throws. He was the one who was fouled originally. The personal foul, which was assessed to Jeffrey Cooper, was, and then it was followed then by a technical foul. So what just happened if you didn't follow it? Frick shot the 2 technical free throws at the coach's discretion. And then the player who was fouled, Fossen, shot a 1-and-1 unoccupied. But since there was a technical foul, Chaska will get the ball back at the timeline with 5:20 to go. So we've got the confusion figured out, and the Hawks have the ball. Luke Strazzani pulls a quick 3 from the corner. It's no good, I should say from the wing. But an offensive rebound by Jacoby Lyles, back up for 2, and the Hawks are up 13. Cooper moving right to left. All white uniforms with orange trimming and numbering. Steal by the Hawks. Great save. Hustle play by Tennessee Fossen. He gets it over for Frick, and now Fossen comes back down with just under 5 to play. He's harassed in the backcourt, but dribbles his way through it. Finds it off for Lyles. A long corner 2, and he drains it. Jacoby Lyles for a pair. Hot start for the Hawks junior in his first varsity action. 6'3" forward. We didn't see him play very much junior varsity basketball last year. At least here on CHBN we didn't. Obviously we did a couple games last year, didn't do the full season, but we are back this year. Murphy for Cooper from the free throw line, steps in, taps out, swinging around are the Hawks. Russell pulls, that's off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound though, as Lyles couldn't handle it underneath. Up for 2, David Osaime, pardon me. Under 4 to play. Frick quickly across the timeline. Into the corner. Fossen, uncontested, elects to drive in though. Now Frick in the same position. Down low. Lyles posting up against Osaime. Fading away, no good. Tie up underneath. We'll get a jump ball. Spencer Getz and Jeffrey Cooper tangled up underneath, and the alternating possession favors Chaska with 3:41 to play here. Brad Cruzy, thanks for checking in with us here. WatchCHBN.com. I'm glad you're able to watch. I know everybody looking for something to do, even on these Friday nights. Obviously, bars and restaurants just reopened in Minnesota this week. But obviously, fans not being able to attend these games, and outside fans, non-family members not being able to attend these games. So we're glad you've tuned in. WatchCHBN.com. Share, if you're watching with us tonight, go ahead and tweet us a picture. Hashtag WatchCHBN. Lyles from the corner trying to keep his hot shooting hand alive. That's no good. Spencer Getz tips it free, though, out of the hands of Osaime. Nice play by the Hawks senior. Now Getz with it. Back down underneath. Left hand up and good. Spencer Getz, what a start for the Chaska big man. Under 3 to play. First half, Hawks have a 27-12 lead. Hawks return their top scorer in Luke Strazzani this year. They also return, I believe, 2 more top scorers in the top 5, and Spencer Getz and Brady Nicholson and Jack Frick. Check that. Spencer Getz off to a hot start tonight, though. Will be the leading scorer after the first half of play. Frick off the Cooper miss. Now for Getz in the corner. He's double teamed, though. Dribbles out of it. Off for Strazzani at the timeline. Just avoids going over and back. Frick on the Hawk. Into the corner for Lyles. Shot fake. Hook shot by Getz. No good. Gets his own rebound, though. Lyles, the dump pass. He can't finish. Another offensive rebound for Strazzani, and he's fouled as he goes up and under. 2 free throws for the Hawks senior, as 2 big offensive rebounds there for the Chaska Hawks on that possession. Strazzani for the first of two, up off the front iron and taps off the back and down. 2:09 to play here. We'll see David Connors re-enter for Cooper. Strazzani's second is good. Chaska 29, Cooper 12. Here on opening night from Chaska High School. Glad you've tuned in. Just about 2 to play in the first half. Ryan Paul with you here, Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Cooper with the ball. Manje Murphy, the senior, driving against Strazzani. Kicks into the corner, but gets it immediately back into his hands. Chaska's defense that they pride themselves on so much, showing up here tonight, only allowing 12 points, in the first 16 minutes of play. Apaya looking for an option at the top of the key. Kicks in to the near wing. Finally back out for Murphy. Cooper obviously in no rush here with a minute and a half and change. Dribbling around inside. Shot fake by Murphy. Up and around for two. 29-14. Strazzani getting harassed as he crosses the timeline by Murphy. Still a body on. No whistle though. No look pass dump away for Lyles. Couldn't handle it though, but a turnover immediately by Cooper as they went for the Hail Mary. 60 seconds to play first half. Fawson drives by a Cooper defender into the corner. Lyles for three, and it's good. Jacoby Lyles with a hot start as well. Hawks shooting hands showing up tonight. 32-14. Jacoby Lyles and Spencer Getz, your two top performers from Chaska tonight so far. 38 ticking. Joseph Russell at the top. Now on the near side for Manje Murphy. Far side, Murphy has it. Guarded loosely by Strazzani. Toss over to David Connors. Cooper holding for the last shot here. Or are they? Apaya drives in and he gets it to fall. They're not going to wait for the last shot if they can get a three-point play out of it. Just under 15 seconds to play, and we'll get a Prince Apaya and one chance here as Brady Nicholson will check back in. He'll replace Getz, who picks up his second foul on the play. Apaya, the junior. Couple dribbles before this one, and his and one is no good. So with 13 seconds left, Lyles the rebound, and Chaska will have a chance to end the half with some points. Strazzani with 5, has the clock to worry about, some contact with 3. Strazzani pulls as the horn sounds, and we'll go to halftime. The Chaska Hawks with a commanding lead over the Cooper Hawks, 32-16 after 18 minutes of play here from Chaska High School. We'll be back after a quick break from Chaska High School. You're watching Hawks basketball on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. And we say welcome back to Chaska High School. Just about ready to get going with the second half of action here on opening night of the Metro West Conference. Obviously, high school sports started last night, Thursday. But the first night that we're able to watch high school basketball here in Chaska is tonight. And we are very glad you've decided to join us and spend a part of your Friday evening with us here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. I'm Ryan Paul, the founder of the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Very glad to have you along for the ride here. If you do want to have some extra time in your hands during COVID here and want to go back and watch any CHBN event, that's all boys hockey and boys basketball games from the last 3 years, excluding last year, you can do that at Watch CHBN and click the Game Archives tab. We have all CHBN events dating back to 2016 available on WatchCHBN.com. That's also the website where you'll be able to watch all Chaska boys and girls home basketball games this year. A busy slate here at Chaska High School the next few weeks. We have girls basketball here tomorrow. CHBN will not be broadcasting that game, though. You will be able to watch it live, though, through the Chaska High School YouTube page. That is the only game we are not doing. And then moving on to next week, the boys host Kennedy here on Tuesday night. And then the girls have Chanhassen here on Friday night. I misspoke earlier. I should have said that the girls have Chanhassen on Friday night. I actually said the boys have it. It is girls basketball a week from tonight here at Chaska High School. Chaska versus Chanhassen heading into next weekend. Hope you'll join us for those two games. Hawks off to a commanding start. Really positive signs from the Chaska offense. Can't say the same for Cooper, however. They struggled. Only 16 points in the first half. Hawks got solid performances out of their senior Spencer Getz with 13 in the first half. Jacoby Lyles, the newcomer, with 9 first half points. And then Jack Frick with a couple threes and some free throws for 8 points. Tipped out of bounds as Cooper is working left to right now in this second half. Again, Ryan Paul with you, Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Glad you've tuned in. Just underway in the second half. Hawks 32. I should say Chaska 32 and Cooper 16. They're both Hawks. Obviously an annual debacle for announcers like myself who work the Metro West Conference. Hawks versus Hawks. Cooper empty on their first possession of the half. Chaska will come back down on the left side. That's the south side of the gym. Brady Nicholson, body underneath for 2. First points of this second half come from the Chaska junior. Cooper, as we mentioned, struggled on offense in the first half, limited to 16 points. See if they can stir it up here in the second half. Bo Powell made any second half adjustments. We'll see him here. Underneath, first points for Cooper in this frame. Jeffrey Cooper for a pair. 1 minute in. Chaska's Jack Frick crosses the timeline on the far side. Brady Nicholson gets the dump pass from Fossen. He can't finish, but he'll get 2 free throws as he was hacked. Brady Nicholson with 2 big plays here to open up this second half for Chaska. A bucket and then now a trip to the free throw line. Hawks obviously would love to take advantage of this Metro West Conference as much as they can this year due to the fact that they have such a tough non-conference schedule. We alluded to it in the first half. Obviously the two ones of note, Hopkins and Minnehaha Academy. Hawks will also have Minnetonka on the schedule and then finish off the year with Edina here at home. (35-18). Cooper gets the ball back off the Brady Nicholson free throws. Down low for Powell. No good. Nicholson unable to secure the rebound. Cooper taps back out. And up with it is Broderick Powell, who's fouled. And he'll head to the free throw line. Foul assessed to Jack Frick. It's his first of the evening. Powell to the free throw stripe. The senior. One of 6 seniors on this Cooper roster. Free throws up and good, the first of 2. 16.5 to play here in regulation. We mentioned it earlier in the broadcast as Powell misses his second free throw. Chaska only with 3 regular season losses last year. One of them came to Cooper as the two teams split the season series. Chaska, obviously, that 4th loss came in the section semi against Shakopee as Frick knocks down a 3 from the near side. Death, taxes, and Jack Frick from the corner. 38-19. Evans catches, drives. Cooper back to the top of the key for Majay Murphy. Check that, it was Evans. Now on the hawk, Clay Trezak for Cooper. Loses the ball as he comes across the court. He has a wide open 3 and he takes advantage of the space, knocking it down 38-22. Cutting it to a 16-point lead. Chaska avoids a turnover. Down low, Fossen hacked. We'll see if he gets free throws. Nope, they're going to call it on the floor. Fossen was driving and he was fouled. He wanted free throws, but he's not going to be awarded them. Foul occurred on the floor. Want to give a shout out to Twin Cities Hoop Czar watching tonight. If you don't follow him on Twitter, you should. TC Hoop Czar, the aficionado, the czar of all things Minnesota basketball. I know he did a lot of out-of-state coverage early this winter with some Dakotas playing and Minnesota not. Struzani from the top. It's good. Chaska's outside shooting a strong start tonight. Seen Frick with 3 of them so far. Lyles had 1. And now Struzani gets involved. 41-22. Chaska stretches it back to 19 with 15 minutes to play here. Cooper needs to get things moving on offense. They've shown no signs of urgency as it's a pull-up knockdown from Osayame for 2. But really, towards the end of the half, Cooper held the ball for probably 30 seconds and then finally drove in for an and 1, but wasn't before knocking some precious time off the clock, which eventually dwindled down to halftime. But, you know, down 41-24 at this point, you would have thought they'd take advantage of all the time they had in the first half. Foul against Nicholson gives the ball to Cooper. It's his first, the junior, 6'9". Obviously the younger brother of Hawk alum Cole Nicholson, another University of Minnesota Bulldog. Started his college career at the University of Northern Colorado, spending his time now in Duluth with his first year on the UMD men's squad. They're playing University of Mary right now on the NSIC network. .12 to go. Ball's tapped out of bounds. Good disruption by Jack Frick, and Cooper will have an awkward inbound down low on the sideline. Spencer gets, tempting to steal, but Evans recovers for Cooper. Swinging it around, Clay Trezak has it, but he walks, says Chris Brown, and it's a turnover. Chaska gets the ball back. Under 14 to play. Coming up, as we mentioned for Chaska, Tuesday, hosting Kennedy. After that, they will next return home 2 weeks from tonight against Benilde St. Margaret's. Conference heavy schedule, only 17 games this year. Frick from the top this time, money. Quickly back down the floor, Osayame turns it over for Cooper, and Chaska has the ball back. Bo Powell not happy with how his team has started this second half. Down 20 with 13:34 to go. We'll take a quick break and return for the final 13:34 from Chaska High School. You're watching Hawks basketball on CHBN. We return from Chaska High School here out of the Robbinsdale Cooper timeout. It's a 44-24 lead for Chaska here on opening night in the Metro West Conference from Chaska High School. Obviously limited attendance, but still good atmosphere here tonight. Crowds limited to only 2 spectators per player. So the east side of the gymnasium here is still relatively full. Obviously everybody participating in social distancing, but no outside fans. That means no students are here. Here's Frick from the corner. That one's no good. Injured Cooper Hawk behind the play. Officials keep the play running, though. Down low, it's a hack. Evans will go to the free throw line, but Anthony Clay Trezak is hobbling across midcourt now. He's asking the official why there wasn't time given for his injury. Looks like he's wincing on that left ankle of his. That's his right ankle. Davion Evans, the junior for Cooper. At the charity stripe. 1 for 1 so far. He has one more. Lyles will re-enter for Chaska. And Broderick Powell, the senior, back in for Cooper. So again, I want to remind you, if you are watching out there anywhere in the world tonight on WatchCHBN.com, YouTube, Channel 14, Chaska Community Television, tweet us a picture where you're watching from. Hashtag CHBN. Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're watching from. Would love to see your setup where you're taking in this opening night of Hawks basketball tonight. 44-26 is the score. Ryan Paul with you from Chaska High School. Frick with a nice crossover down low. Brady Nicholson wrap around. It's blocked though, and Cooper comes down with speed. Nice block on the play by Osama, and it's stripped out of Powell's hand as he was going up with it. Cooper will retain the basketball though. 12:54 to go first half. Say, folks, with this spare second, we do want to remind you, if you have time after the game, during the game, whenever, this Chaska Hawks broadcast is supported by the community. The Chaska Hawks basketball parents have organized a GoFundMe to help offset the cost of these broadcasts. You can access that GoFundMe by finding the link at watchchbn.com. It's located on our homepage and also on the live stream page. Just click on that GoFundMe, donate any amount that you are able, and everybody would greatly appreciate it for your support of allowing these Hawks basketball broadcasts to take place. A couple changes in possession, and Cooper drives down and gets fouled. That's Joe Russell. Check it, it's David Osayame with 12.5 to go. Schaefer checks back in with 3 fouls. He replaces Fossen, who needs some air. Osayame, no good on the second. Awkward rebound. Falls out of bounds. Call on the floor is that it was out of bounds. Cooper tried to call a timeout while Davion Evans was diving for the basketball. They didn't get it. Said Evans was out of bounds prior to the timeout. And the Hawks will get the ball. Cooper going to apply some pressure now here. Full court press from Principia. Actually, it's Broderick Powell. Frick breaks it, though. Gets through, and we'll get a tap. Broderick Powell called for reaching in. It's his 4th foul of the evening. So Cooper, Broderick Powell, playing with 1 to give. None to give. Schaefer gets his tipped out of his hands at the timeline. And Joseph Russell fell out of bounds and turns it over and right back into Chaska's hands. It was a nice defensive play by the junior Joe Russell. But he slipped on the floor and gives the ball back to Chaska. Hawks get it in with no trouble. Struzani pressured in the backcourt. Lyles, the junior who got off to a hot start with 9 points in the first half, gives it off to Strazzani, who had a couple guys to beat. He's fouled, and he'll get 2 free throws. Strazzani, the top returning scorer for this Chaska team. He was the top scorer, period, on that varsity team last year. Drains the first free throw. Third foul tonight on Davion Evans. Two for Strazzani. Powell, playing with 4 fouls, has the ball here at the top of the key. Rolls off a screen. Pass is tipped out of bounds. Will stay with Cooper as Strazzani knocked it away. Just under 12 to play here. See what Bo Powell has drawn up for his baseline inbound. Nice shot by Evans, Davion Evans for 2. Cooper bench wanted a and 1. Referees don't agree. We play on. 46-31. Cooper offense a little bit more production in the second half, but not by much. Lyles dips out. Strazzani in the corner. Up to the top. Lyles a long one. Off the back iron. Bodies all over the place, and Chaska's going to be called for a foul as Cooper will get the ball. They're going to get Luke Strazzani for coming in with the body on the rebound. 15 foul against Chaska, second against Strazzani. Cooper says they want as much time as they can have. They're going to roll the ball in with 11:19 to go. Powell at the free throw line, tries to hand off for Russell, but there's a whistle, and they're going to say it's an offensive foul. And that's Broderick Powell's 5th foul. And Bo Powell is displeased. So on opening night, Broderick Powell fouls out for Cooper. It's a name we've been saying for a couple of years here on games that we've called for this matchup. Broderick Powell, key contributor here tonight, is now out. Cooper down a man to fouls. Lyles underneath off the entry from Frick for 2. Lyles on the board in the second half. Promising start. Dana Coleman has got to be happy with what he's seen from Lyles, the junior. Right out on the other end, Evans no good from long range up top. Schaefer quickly pushes across. Lyles, toe tap, and it's a travel. Couple too many toe taps, and it's a turnover. .43 on opening night here. 17-point game. COVID guidelines in place. And all, we're finally playing basketball here from Chaska High School, and all over the state of Minnesota for that matter. Winter sports are underway. Chaska girls basketball here tomorrow. Chaska boys hockey at the CCC tomorrow. I'll be on the mic for that game. Go to mnhockey.tv for that live stream and for all of the Chaska home games for hockey, mnhockey.tv. Getz takes a spill underneath. He's still being pushed down. No call, though. Physical down low. Now Lyles is getting harassed by by David Connors, and Lyles is hacked from the elbow, and he'll get a free throw. Lyles gets the bucket to drop, and an and one coming. Dana Coleman is furious about the no calls underneath, though. A lot of physical activity on that possession. Whistle didn't come, though, until Lyles was pushed to the ground on the jumper from the elbow, and it's a missed free throw on the attempt at the three-point play. 50-31. Low-scoring first half. Hawks offense showing a little spark here on the shooting in the second half. Cooper nearly matched their first half total. Hawks shut down Joseph Russell in the paint. He's forced to kick outside. Evans. Contact. Strazzani's going to get called for a block as Evans was driving. That'll be the third on Strazzani this evening. With 9:31 to go. Cooper will get the ball underneath, right inbounds to Connors, who can't finish, and Lyles, the defensive rebound. Standout performance from Kobe Lyles tonight. Can't say enough about the junior's effort. 9:20 to go. Strazzani, ball screen by Getz. David Osayame was trying to get a call. A little acting on the far side. Here's Jack Frick from the corner again. That one's perfect. Jack Frick's fourth three-pointer of the night. 53-31. Some things are certain in life, and Jack Frick from the corner is one of them. Long three ball from Clay Trezak was just a prayer. And he draws a charge, though, on the other end. Looked like he could have been in the restricted area, but referee says Strazzani was out of control, headed in to the chest of Trezak. So Trezak makes up for the ill-advised three-point attempt and a charge drawn. Osayame down low. They're going to say Getz broke the vertical plane. And he's going to get called for a foul here. Dana Coleman looking for an explanation. Referee tells him to sit down. 1-1. Brady Nicholson will check in. It's Osayame who's headed to the line as Chaska's gone over the threshold. Front end of the 1-1 is no good. Hawks with the rebound. Schaefer going to run the one on this possession. 8.5 and change. Nicholson and Osayame going at it down low. Nicholson gets the dump pass, but he's forced to recover in the corner. Finds it down low for Lyles. Lyles fading away. Had it blocked. Cooper passes down for Russell. Russell fouled as he went up. Jack Frick the guilty party on this one. 2 free throws coming up for the Cooper Jr. Joseph Russell. No good on the 1-1. Putback attempt by Cooper's number 44, who we don't have a name for. So number 44 goes to the free throw line as his putback attempt was interfered with. Again, Cooper didn't supply us with a name for number 44. His first free throw, though, was good, making it a 19-point game. Second free throw is off the mark. Schaefer quickly to the ball for the rebound. Cooper going to apply some pressure in the backcourt. And Schaefer traveled with a good defensive play to shut down Schaefer in the backcourt. Davion Evans, quick on his feet, right in front of the Cooper bench. Chaska with a turnover. Been a sloppy game so far, both sides. Chaska definitely in control, however. 53-34 the score. Evans to the hole, another foul. Chaska racking him up, not letting Cooper get any open looks. Fossen charged with the second of the night. Evans a deep breath. 2 dribbles, spin the ball in his hands. Finally gets his grip, and it's up and good. Back end no good. We got a whistle, lane violation against Chaska. Believe it was on Lyles. So a bonus free throw for Davion Evans. And he takes advantage of it. 53-36. Cooper once again applying backcourt pressure. Fossen finds it for Schaefer, crossing the timeline. Schaefer on the near side, resets up top. Dana Coleman calling for a motion offense. Schaefer ISOs himself, though. Puts it up, and it hits underneath the rim, and it goes out of bounds. Cooper will get the basketball. 7:50 left here in regulation on opening night from Chaska High School. Got a lot of basketball to be played this year. 17 games for the Hawks. Start with 3 at home. Traveling violation against Cooper. 7:37 left. Chaska will get the ball. And a timeout called by Dana Coleman. He's going to draw something up for the latter part of the second half. Gives us a moment to step aside. You're watching Hawks basketball on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. .37 to go here in the second half from Chaska High School. Ryan Paul with you here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Watch chbn.com, Chaska Community Cable, number 14 if you're a Comcast subscriber. If you're on a smart TV, if you have a smart TV, smart device, all you got to do is find the YouTube app, either in the App Store or if it's pre-installed, and all you got to do is search for Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Otherwise, we're always available with all of our on-demand games and live games. Watch chbn.com. Hawks throw up a couple shots underneath. Lyles once again going to go to the free throw line as Brady Nicholson was the one who originally drove and allowed Jacoby Lyles to get the rebound. So 2 free throws here for the Chaska junior, who's had an extremely promising start. Good on the first one. Tie up underneath off the missed free throw. Mid-range jumper, good from Joseph Russell. Cooper going to try to get back into this one, and if they do, it could be a long finish. No, Cooper's not going to go away quietly. Hawks have to get it across. Dana Coleman calls a timeout to avoid a 10-second violation. Gives us another chance to take a quick break. We'll step aside. 6:59 to play from Chaska High School. Back from Chaska High School and out of another quick timeout. This is Hawks basketball on CHBN. Ryan Paul with you here. Glad to be back spending this modified winter season with you here on the Chaska Hawks Broadcast Network. Always a pleasure. Did a couple games last year, and now we're back for a full home season of both boys and girls. Chaska Hawks basketball should be fun. Got two good squads this year. Highly encourage you, if you haven't yet, take a look into this girls basketball team that the Hawks have this year. If you're predominantly a Chaska boys fan, going to be a fun year for both Chaska squads. Tara Seifert, very confident in her team's situation this year. Be able to watch their first home game tomorrow. We'll link it at watchchbn.com. Otherwise, we will have all the rest of their home games right here in this format on watchchbn.com. 6.5 to go here between Chaska and Cooper. Metro West opener from Chaska High School. Clay Trezak at the top, dumps down low for Connors underneath. Connors against Nicholson. Brady Nicholson's probably a good 4 inches taller than Connors, but with that head of hair that Connors has got, he looks about level with Brady. Getz dribbling his way around Connors. Lost the handle of it as he entered the free throw lane. Resets outside, still has it, does Getz. He'll allow Chaska to set up the offense, and Luke Strazzani will take the lead on that. Now Fawcett on the near side. Chaska senior got the start tonight, first varsity start for Tennessee Fawcett. Bo Powell displeased with what his Cooper defense is showing. Even though they shut him down so far on this possession. Getz driving in, Getz off the glass, beautiful spinning bucket from Spencer Getz. Wow, what a play by the Hawks senior, who had a strong first half with 13 points. Continuing his promising night so far here. Spencer Getz can put up some points. The Chaska Hawks are sitting pretty good. We know Luke Strazzani can score. We know Jack Frick can score. Spencer Getz averaged 7.9 last year as a junior. Dana Coleman got to be impressed with what he's seen tonight. 56-40, the lead on Metro West opponent Cooper, who on paper, Cooper's supposed to have a pretty good team. Just haven't shown up here so far tonight. Obviously a very limited off season for these teams. Weren't allowed to start team practices until just 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. And even then, very limited in what kind of interaction these kids can have with organized sports, just due to the current situation. Strazzani, a couple dribble fakes. He goes up off the glass, up and under. A little fillet from Strazzani for a pair. Chaska back up 18. Cooper's still not really showing any signs of urgency on offense. Clay Trezak drives in, and he is down. That does not look good. Clay Trezak is not moving. He is holding that knee. Jack Frick gets a bucket, but Clay Trezak, Anthony Clay Trezak, is in some serious pain down on the floor, and we will step aside. When we come back from Chaska High School, we'll have an update. 60-40, 20-point lead for the Hawks. We'll be right back. Back from Chaska High School, Anthony Clay Trezak, the senior, a very scary situation as he went down on the floor. I think it looks like it was probably just a cramp. He was holding his knee, but now he's got the massaging gun up on his calf. Boy, the way he was rolling around, he was in some serious pain. Hope all is well for the Cooper senior, Clay Trezak. Long three ball from Davion Evans is good. Gave the points to Chaska on the scoreboard, though. And we'll have to get that figured out. It's 60-43. And Bo Powell found out that the points were given to the wrong team. Got a brief scoreboard issue here, and they got it figured out. 60-43, the correct score, with just over 4.5 to play. Strazzani headed to the free throw line for 1-1 after the Davion Evans foul, his fourth. Cooper lost Broderick Powell early in this second half to fouls. Now their second best scorer, Davion Evans, is in foul trouble as well. Cooper no good on that possession. Chaska brings it down. Strazzani going to take it in. Strazzani high off the glass. That was a little too strong, though. And the rebound goes out of bounds off of a Cooper fingertip, keeping the ball with Chaska. Again, one more reminder, if you do want to watch the rest of the Chaska boys basketball home season and girls basketball home seasons, can do it here on watchchbn.com. Otherwise, you can also go to that link, watchchbn.com, and we will link every broadcast to every sport. That's all levels of Chaska High School sports. John Summer, athletic director, has done a phenomenal job of gathering all of the live streaming links and putting them in there. So if you're ever looking for, even a lower level JV B squad game, most of those games are now being streamed. Just check in at watchchbn.com and click on the all sports live streaming schedule for all that information. Interesting sequence there as Cooper rolled the ball down while the clock was running after a score. So coaching moment for Bo Powell and his team. Jacoby Lyles from the corner. That's a little strong. Jack Frick had another corner three. That was, I believe, his fifth of the night. While I was speaking of the lower level live streams, no good. Another deep ball from Cooper. Boy, they just can't buy a bucket here from long range. Slow offense so far tonight from Robbinsdale. Underneath Lyles' bucket's not going to count because the foul against Evans. Nope, check that. It's against Elijah Cannon, number 24. And we will now shoot 2 free throws, and Spencer Getz will have the honor of doing that. Double bonus tonight, as both teams have committed 10 plus. Next up for Chaska, Kennedy on Tuesday. That'll be right here on watchchbn.com. And a week from tonight, the Chaska Chan girls game right here, watchchbn.com. Hopefully we will have a little help. Maybe have Eric Krauscher on for a couple games here tonight. Basket's no good, they're saying, as Cannon crossed the free throw line while shooting the free throw. So the basket's taken off the scoreboard, and with 3 minutes to go, Cannon's going to not touch it, and now he finally does. Evans driving down, stops short, and he's up and around for 2. Davion Evans. If there's been any positive sign for this Cooper offense, it's been Davion Evans in the second half. Strazzani wasting no time getting up the floor. He'll reset it out, and Chaska will try to run off some of this clock. Foul as Strazzani was bumped into. Evans, that will be number 5 on Davion Evans. So now Cooper's top 2 scorers, Davion Evans and Broderick Powell, both fouled out. And Joseph Russell will be his replacement. Quick update on Anthony Clay Trazek's situation. He's still using that massaging gun on his left calf. Looks like he's going to be okay. Probably just a cramp if I had to guess. Obviously calling the games from the balcony here at Chaska High School this year. Usually we'd be courtside. That has changed due to COVID. We're 10 rows up here this season. Free throws were good, 65-47. Cooper, far better half in these final 18 minutes than in this final 16 minutes than they had all the first half, as Hosayame drives in and is going to get 2 free throws. Cooper only had 16 points at the break. Almost 50 here now. Has got it going a little bit. A lot more fouls in the second half. Both teams in the double bonus. A lot of those points coming from the free throw line. Osayame, first one's good. Schaefer will re-enter for Chaska. Lyles will check out after committing his first foul of the evening to a ruckus crowd of Chaska High School parents. Obviously, limited fans here, and a couple golf claps is about all you get. Foul here, pretty blatant. Majay Murphy body into Strazzani. And we'll shoot 2 more free throws. A long second half here. We've crossed the 8:30 mark after a quick first half. Here's Central Time, coming to you live from Chaska High School. Strazzani's front end of the double bonus is good. And the second one is good as well. .2:14 to play. Cooper going to try to pull it as close as they can. Murphy drives in, steps back out. Cannon. Walking violation. Yep. Going to give Chaska the ball underneath with 1:59 to play. An 18-point contest. Frick near the timeline. Strazzani now with it on the far side. He's guarded by Cannon. Strazzani back with it, closely guarded by Apaya. Cooper still not letting Chaska go down take this one easy. 90 seconds to play. Frick has had a solid shooting night from beyond the arc. Hands off for Fossen, who's been quiet so far, but seen significant minutes for this Chaska team tonight, and you can expect to hear his name a lot. Tennessee Fossen, the Hawks senior. Haven't seen a ton of varsity action for the Hawks, but this year will be a key contributor. Started tonight. As we approach the 60-second mark here on opening night from Chaska High School. Strazzani finally takes it in, and Hawks get the offensive rebound, and that'll pretty much ice it away. 55 seconds to go between Chaska and 1-0 on this young modified winter season. Fossen turns it over, stolen by Cooper, but Cooper gives it right back to him, and shoulders drop for Robbinsdale Cooper, and with 30 seconds left, Chaska just has to ice this one away. Not before we get a Dana Coleman timeout with 29 seconds left. We just want to remind you one more time, if you would like to financially support tonight's broadcast, the Chaska parents, boys basketball parents have organized a GoFundMe to help offset the cost of tonight's broadcasts, or this season's broadcasts, I should say. Any donations you can make are appreciated. You can find the link to that GoFundMe at watchchbn.com. We'll be right back after a short break from Chaska High School. This is Hawks basketball on CHBN. .2 remain in this first night of MSHSL basketball in the Metro West Conference. Games going on all across the state tonight. Dana Coleman with the last timeout draws up an inbound play here to ice this one away for Chaska. 67-49 the lead. Schaefer takes it in, can't finish though. Gets the offensive rebound. Strazani in the corner and up top to Frick with 14 seconds left. Chaska bench can feel it, and with 5 seconds left, this one is over with. Chaska 1-0 on the season. They take down the Cooper Hawks tonight on the opening night of MSHSL basketball. 67-49 is the final score. The Chaska Hawks with a dominating performance against the Metro West Conference foe Robbinsdale Cooper from Chaska High School tonight. Say, folks, I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. You can find us on Tuesday night right back here from Chaska High School for Hawks versus Kennedy. But before that, Chaska girls basketball will be playing tomorrow night, their season opener. And that game will be live streamed on the Chaska High School Athletics YouTube channel. For the full schedule, visit watchchbn.com for all home games and a full live streaming schedule prepared by Chaska AD John Summer. For Brett Johnson, I'm Ryan Paul saying so long tonight from Chaska High School. The Hawks dominate Robbinsdale Cooper on opening night. It's a final 67-49